Thank you. Arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you. Oh, more questionnaires. Make sure you got your reading glasses. There's a full questionnaire of things that are going to happen in here. There's a lot of people on this bus. Michelle and I have just walked from Tenjin. It's quite a distance. It's a good maybe 3 kilometers. We're up against this big building here, and there's a smell like a drunkard's burp in the air. You know what I mean? I got this smell coming through that tells me I'm either in a bar or I'm next to a brewery. Well, this is the Asahi brewery. We don't know anything about it. It's the Fukuoka brewery, whether you're allowed in there. We just thought we'd walk down and have a look. Hello. As we came down, we passed a big Panasonic factory, and I was starting to think there's going to be nothing here, just a big brewery, nowhere you can get into. But I got a feeling as we got closer, there seems to be a visitor centre of some sort. Tour reception centre over there. Do you reckon so?
I saw all sorts of things here when the park.
I like the look of this side of the building though. That looks a bit boring over there. Let's have a little look. Look at that. See in the background there? All the stacks of beer. Hello. Over this side, yeah? How are you? Good? A lot of beer, huh? Looking here is okay? Thank you. No, thank you. Thank you. Arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you. So the guy here, the security is really nice. He said, yeah, you can have a look. As long as you don't go in, you can have a look. No problem at all. Anyway, there's not much to see. I think this is just a warehouse, maybe a distribution centre. Let's go over the road to this, the reception area.
Hello.
Take a picture, please.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
Take a picture of them.
Thank you. Okay, smile. The family just outside the brewery want us to take a photograph of them. You know, they said, do you want us to take a photograph of Michelle and you? And I said, no, it's all right. Probably should have done. Now I think about it. Oh, wow. So we're here at Asahi Hakata. But I don't know what we're doing here really. It's just a wander out today. So it looks like there's nothing going on. There's no one here. They're not doing tours today. There's no brewing today. But it was a nice walk anyway. And we got a photograph at the beer wall. But there's really not much to see here, is there?
Yeah.
Okay, the lovely lady there said they do actually do tours, but it's pre-booked tours. They have about 800 people a day, and this week, because it's Golden Week, it's crazy. They've got, like, they're overbooked. They're struggling to get the numbers through. The tour guides don't speak English at all. So, I mean, the lady we met spoke good English, which was nice, but the tours are not really geared at English because the Asahi brewery here is not the main brewery. The main brewery is in Tokyo. What's going on? An alarm. We probably walked out the wrong way. I don't think it's geared up for people like us just to rock up and start filming. But it was a lovely day today. We just thought we'd walk out. Look, it's one of those. I love those Honda gyros, little three-wheeler motorbikes. I've never seen them in other countries. I can't remember seeing them anyway, but they're all over here. So we got a long walk back, but it's gorgeous today. Look at this clear sky, not a cloud in sight. And it's been so cold this last week and raining. It's just time to get out. We both put our shorts on. Actually, we've just zipped the bottoms of our trousers off.
We started off in long trousers.
And yeah, we're going to walk back. I'll tell you what we might do today. If you want to hang around, we've been looking for the best Tonkotsu Ramen in Fukuoka. Tonkotsu is like a pork bone broth. It's a really rich, delicious broth. I think it's my favorite ramen, although I haven't had that many ramen, but this is really delicious. On the way back, we go past a pretty famous tonkotsu place, which we've been meaning to go in for a little while. So I think today could be the day. Only just.
I think we were meant to stop.
There's a train. There's a train coming. We were just stepped onto that then, and the thing started beeping. Is it a bullet train?
Maybe.
I think it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's quick. It goes straight back up again. I love the way the men's toilets in Japan are just out in the street. There's no privacy there at all. Reminds me a bit of France, or the way France used to be. I don't think I've seen anywhere carp that big, not even in ornamental pools. These are huge carp. I mean, they're probably 3 feet across, huge girth, all in this river down here. And when I sort of indicated to the guy who was throwing the bread in, they'd make good eating, he was like, oh no, I don't think you're allowed to fish here. Maybe that's why the carp have got so big. So yeah, share your thoughts on that. Are you allowed to fish on the river's edge here? I may have to take that all back, Michelle, because he's a fisherman. But he's the first one I've seen, and we've walked the whole length of this river. But he's on a little raft. And if he caught one of those carp, I think it would sink him. So I don't know whether I caught him fishing with something he's not allowed, because he took the little fish off and he put some little sort of bread balls, maybe some fish balls. Clearly you are allowed to fish. There's another guy up here with a rod. But they're above the weir. We saw the big fish down below the weir.
We did.
The size of the fish down there. Huge. And there's loads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I hope it's open. I'm absolutely starving. ICHIRAN. Tonkotsu Ramen. Look at this place. Now, if you haven't had Tonkotsu Ramen before, then this is probably a good place to start. You're going to find it a little bit unusual inside. This isn't your usual sort of ramen joint. You've got the noren. You come to this machine here, you choose your dish, you pop your money into the machine, press the button, it takes your money, you take your ticket inside and get your dish. But come and have a look inside this place, it's amazing.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Cool, thank you.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay.
Here, yeah?
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. Arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you. Okay, it's busy in here. It's absolutely rocking, but we've got a couple of spaces together, so we're good. We're happy. You can see these stalls are divided up into twos. How do you do this? Thank you. So I put my little ticket here. So the beauty of ICHIRAN is you get your own.
In English.
Thank you. Let me see.
Push when we're ready. Okay.
So I'm going to go with a strong stock. Green onions. Yeah, I'll have green onions. So I'm going to go with a medium spicy sauce.
And noodle texture.
And I'm going to go with medium texture noodles. Now I didn't expect this. You actually fill out a little form with your particulars, your peculiars you want. So if you want slightly firmer ramen, extra garlic, I'm filling that out now. It's really tricky to do with the camera. Michelle will hold the little form for me. They've got an English version of this, so that's really nice. When you've finished, you pop it down here, Thank you. ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
Thank you.
こちら前失礼いたします。
Oh,
お預かりいたします。
more questionnaires. Make sure you got your reading glasses. There's a full questionnaire of things that are going to happen in here. Anyway, I've got my little cups up here, and there's a place that you can just fill your water. Oh, here's my noodles. Arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you. And then he closes the little blind to give you complete privacy. So I've got my delicious bowl of the Tonkotsu Ramen. There should be miso in here as well, so a lovely flavour of miso coming through. Just going to top up my water. It's really nice, Michelle. I like this.
Looks good.
Yeah, it's really nice. So it's a cool little booth, and if there's two of you, you can open up the little divider between you, and then you can sit nice and comfortable. I mean, it's really sort of snug. I've got the end wall here, but everybody's got a very small cubicle.
I like the little coat hangers all the way along. Look, there's one behind you and then all the way along for hanging the coats.
There's little coat hangers. There's beautiful little things about the Japanese eating culture. There's usually little places to put ladies' handbags down so they don't go on the floor. You've got little coat hangers behind so you can hang up your coats. Itadogamasu. First thing I want to do is check out this tonkotsu. So this is a rich, beautiful broth. It's a pig bone broth, and it is particular to Fukuoka. It's famous here. Oh man, that is so delicious. I mean, even as a soup, this would be so good. Just the soup alone, so good. Man, that is so good. Now I'm gonna pop my spoon down. Get my chopsticks out. Now, you get a choice in Japan what sort of ramen you want, whether you want them firm or whether you want them sort of a little bit sort of mushy or somewhere in between. I've gone for the in between. So my ramen should be just a little bit firm, which is the way I like it. Oh, chili on there. So good. Now this is the char siu. So it's a barbecued pork. They usually just sort of grill it off on a little broiler before they pop it on top of the tonkotsu ramen. Some of the other restaurants I've been to here in Fukuoka, the char siu is amazing. It's super thick and it's completely melt in your mouth. This is a little bit thicker, almost, a little bit thinner, almost like a bacon. Whoops, now I've dropped it. Here goes. It's fatty, it's full of flavour, it's most delicious. I mean, what can I say? The char siu here in Fukuoka is second to none, it's so good. We'll be checking out some other restaurants here in Fukuoka while we're here, so look out for those videos because it'd be interesting to compare the char siu, the ramen, the tonkotsu sauces in different places throughout Fukuoka. I'm going for this last bit of char siu. Oh, yum. After our big walk today, this is a welcome bowl of ramen. I mean, if you've had ramen in Australia or in your home country, I can tell you now, it's a lot different. The tonkotsu here is so much more richer than any ramen I've had. It's absolutely delicious, and I'd almost come to Fukuoka just to experience this ramen. I was just saying to Michelle that I think this works out about $7 or $8 US, so it's pretty good value. I mean, you come in, you've got this wonderful, rich tonkotsu broth in here. Don't know we could get anything as delicious as this back home. Not at that sort of price, anyway. And I've got this sort of saltiness, the miso is in there as well, but the overlying sort of flavour in here is that lovely tonkotsu. It's so good. Does anybody else have the same problem with ramen? Where you sort of slurp it up. It's the tradition here in Japan to slurp your ramen, but it's always flicking up and hitting me in the face. Am I doing something wrong? Now I'm just going to go in and get this tonkotsu sauce mixed with the chili now. It's mixed with the miso. You've got to come to Japan just for this. So good. Oh, a little bit of spice in that. That's so good. I think actually next time I'm going to circle everything at the top end. I was a bit wary, but I forgot that in Japan, spicy really, for me anyway, is not so spicy. I think it's also polite to leave a little bit of your broth, but that's not going to happen. It's just too good. Okay, we're finished. Time to get out of here and let someone else. I think there's a queue forming outside. Hello. The staff came out to say hello and just sort of make sure we understood, which was really nice. And they gave us an English little menu as well, which was really sweet. I mean, I should say we're sort of seasoned eaters of ramen, but we're still learning the ropes a little bit.
And they're all different, aren't they?
They are all different, but while we're here in Fukuoka, I'm really enjoying the tonkotsu here. It's just amazing. I highly recommend it. Anybody who is coming to Japan, even if you're not in Fukuoka, I think you should try the Tonkotsu Ramen. It is superb. So for Michelle and I in Japan, share the love, and we'll see you again very shortly. Take care. Hello. Oh, have a little smell. For dogs? No? Very dexterous. She's carrying the dog. She's making it, folding it up.